Very good morning, friends. Today we'll talk about ABC of Indian economy, and today we are going to take alphabet M. But before we start talking, let's enjoy the wonderful morning, friends. Today is February 16, and still in Delhi. It's quite cold, man. Very foggy morning. In alphabet M, today we are going to talk about M for medical education, M for marriage, institution of marriage, manufacturing industry, media, and midday meal. Talking about medical education in India, when we say medical education in India, we are going to include only MBBS, MD, MS, DM, MCH. We are not going to talk about BMS, Unani, homeopathic. So the policy of Health Ministry, Union of India, they lay emphasis on Ayurveda, Unani, homeopathic as well. But they have been not been very popular. Ayurveda has become popular because of Swami Ramdev and few others like him. But that is entirely a different kind of organization, different kind of line altogether. Talking about medical education, let's talk about the way allopathic is taught in our country. With respect to health, health has got many aspects. Its medical education is different, medical services are different. Managing medical services, that is managing them, that is management part, that is separate. Medical education in India is given in medical colleges spread all over India. Some are controlled by the central government, some are autonomous, most of them are controlled by the state government, some even by municipal corporations like in Delhi, local bodies in Bombay, Maharashtra, some by the armed forces like we have Armed Force Medical College, some by Labour Ministry like we have in medical colleges run by ASI now. Then there are certain medical colleges run by Christian missionaries like we have Christian Medical College, Vellore, Ludhiana, and some other religious organizations and NGOs. Such is the wide classification of medical education in India. I mean. But nevertheless, the curriculum, the organization of medical colleges, the control of medical colleges is through Medical Council of India. Medical Council of India, few years back, there were a lot of allegations of corruption. Some medical colleges given MCI recognition because they were owned by politicians. I'm not naming them, which colleges. There were a lot of allegations. Some were caught even. Cases are still pending. Many medical colleges owned by politicians in South India. Private colleges like Manipal, Bangalore, they are the best. But so is not the case with rest of the private medical colleges. So what I was trying to convince at the start was medical education is a different thing. Medical services are different things. And the way medical services are managed by government or private, that's a different thing. Medical services, we have central government health services. We have health services run by state government, run by local bodies. Their management is different. Their armed medical services, that's different. Today we'll only, in this part, we'll only consider on medical education. Means after 12th, you clear an entrance exam, you get a seat in a medical college, you become an MBBS doctor, you have a degree, then you are free in this world. You either practice privately or join any medical services. Look at the terms and condition. If you agree, join that medical services, either by a private organization or a government. So that period of 5.5 years or 6 years, that is the period of medical education. That is basically the period of transformation. When a student who comes from the school is transformed by the professors in the medical college and given a degree later. Many argue with the kind of duration we have of MBBS in India, that is 5.5 years right now. 5.5 years is quite a lengthy period, and that to just get a degree of MBBS, which is a graduation. And nowadays MBBS doesn't carry much value. You need to have an MD or MS degree or equivalent postgraduate degree to have a place in the society as a doctor, the kind of respect used to be given long back with MBBS doctors. MBBS doctors are not given good recognition in the society. With respect to curriculum, okay, before curriculum, let us look at the process to enter the medical education. It's not an easy task in India. There are a lot of aspects when to enter into a medical education. First of all, it depends on which kind of society you are born in, general or reserve category. The fight starts right from here. I remember when I entered into MBBS year 92. Yep. At that time in All India PMT 92, there were 1,22,000 candidates who appeared for PM All India Pre-Medical Test. And the seats were MBBS seats were 1,300. Just imagine, 1,22,000 students fighting for 1,300 MBBS seats all over India. So not many get. Now when I finish my MBBS, to enter into MDMS again, it's a Herculean task, man. Now look at the number of PG seats available as on 2000, as in 2014. Right now, every year 55,000 MBBS students pass from various medical colleges in India, including every private or government medical colleges. And look at the number of PG seats we have. In All India PG, person getting a rank of 7,000 at All India level is likely to get something clinical, paramedical or non-clinical. 7,000, and after 7,000 to 8,000, the chances of getting any seats are minimal. So that means if you are in merit 1 to 8,000, then only you get some other PG seat. It includes diploma. 55,000 medical doctors MBBS passing every year. I'm only talking about 55,000 all medical MBBS students passing from all over the country. Now there you have a chance at state level also, but there also systems are different. Every state has its own way of conducting exam. Coming back to MBBS again, medical education. When I'm saying medical education, I'm only including MBBS part. Postgraduate part is something different. Entry and things are different. Looking at the curriculum of MBBS, now the world has changed, man. But the kind of curriculum we follow is still not been upgraded. We will need to pay a lot of emphasis on medicine, gynae, ops. Why so much of duration is spent in anatomy, biochemistry? That part can be reduced. Much emphasis should be given to medicine, ops, gynae. Because when MBBS student, nowadays the MBBS student who comes out in the field, into the market, into the society, whatever you might say, and does a private practice, suppose, the level of or the quality of MBBS doctors we have right now is very different. The way we used to have the MBBS doctors, say 20 or 30 years back. 20-30 years back, even MBBS student used to do ligation, vasectomy, hydrocele operation, and some other manual. Nowadays, MBBS doctors hardly do that. Only those who have worked for gynae ops, done some junior residency, are able to do MTP and all that. Nowadays, MBBS student who is passing from medical college, even after passing immediately from a medical college, cannot work in ICU because intensive care unit, intensive coronary care unit, ICCU, require different skill sets, require experience, and the MBBS student passing from medical colleges are not fit immediately to work in ICU or ICCU. And there are a lot of questions with respect to kind of education, quality of education being given at various medical colleges in India. Not all medical colleges are good. Many medical colleges professors are not turning up and there are hardly classes. There are many. Well, medical education, you have to be, there is more of self-study. You need professors, but anyway. MBBS student doctors should be prepared for the society. The kind of curriculum we have now, India is very diverse. The kind of medical services we have is very different. The way they work in rural, the way they work in towns, the way they work in cities, and even the way they work in metros like Delhi. Very different. I talk about rural, town, cities, and cities also different, tier 1, tier 2 and metros. MBBS student working in primary health center, MBBS doctor working in normal hospital, government hospital in a city, MBBS student working in multi-specialty tertiary hospital, say in Delhi. It's very different. The work style, working system is very different. To start with, in Delhi, say, if you're working in a multi-specialty hospital, tertiary hospital, suppose in metro like Delhi and Bombay, first of all, the MBBS students passing from medical colleges are not fit to work in ICU and ICCU just immediately after passing MBBS. They need further training because during MBBS times they have not been taught to handle ventilators, that is artificial respiration machine. 90-95% of the MBBS students do not know how to intubate, because if you have to put the patient on artificial respiration, before doing that you have to put the tube in the mouth to connect to the ventilator. Many do not know. But there is a surprising fact to that. In Delhi and Bombay itself, forget MBBS doctors. In Delhi, you should go in small nursing homes, 10-bedded nursing homes, or even 50-bedded hospitals in Delhi, capital of India. At times, BAMS doctors are working. Men. BAMS is Ayurveda. Sometimes in homeopathic, BHMS doctors are working in hospitals in Delhi. What are these doctors doing in allopathic hospitals, man? There is nobody to control them. Very shameful. Legally, they are not fit and not allowed to work in hospitals. But so is happening in Delhi, man. Very disturbing. In medical education, while we are doing MBBS, a student should be prepared to work in metros like Delhi, because that require different kind of skill sets. If you have to work in multi-specialty tertiary hospital, now there is a lot of computerization. There is something called hospital management information system software. A hospital has got so many departments. We have laundries, central stress applied department. Nowadays we have electronic data processing department. We have medical record departments. We always had that also. But how a tertiary hospital, multi-specialty hospital works, the kind of teamwork and coordination that is required among consultants, postgraduate doctors, resident doctors, nurses, the level of coordination that is required nowadays, that is teamwork, is very important. Some chapters in preventive medicine should be dedicated to management. I'm not saying there should be special topic, special paper that should be introduced the way we have anatomy, biochemistry or ophthalmology. But in PSM itself, management aspects should be taught to the MBBS students. It's different to way working in primary health center is different from the way we work in district health center. And the way we work in private hospitals is very, very different the way we work in government hospitals. Private hospitals are very reactive, very fast. They have got a very high level of coordination. In private hospitals we have excellent software computerization that is helping the consultants, the resident doctors, excellent level of reminders, very soon the blood is collected, it is processed very fast in laboratories, the report is made, and within seconds the report is available with the consultants. Can we imagine that in government hospitals, man? There is excellent coordination among various doctors, nurses in private hospitals because we have got good management systems, man. Computer also helping. Nowadays we have medical administrators apart from medical superintendent. Medical administration itself is a very specialized field nowadays. There was a time when a surgeon, because he has grown old, his hands have started shaking, or a person from other department, medical superintendent post was not that nowadays. The post of medical administrator, medical superintendent, administration in hospital is a very specialized field. A lot of coordination is required. The way the laboratories are set up, their reports, their dispatching the reports, reaching them in time, management of medical supplies, looking at the welfare of doctors, the scheduling. Hospital, private hospital is a business. You should not mind that. In business, you give service, the best service, and in return of that best service, you are paid for that. And when public is paying for any service, they want not only good service, they want the best service. They want the patient to be taken care of in the most best possible way, the way the patients are taken care of in any American or European country. The best service. You just need to come to a private hospital with money. That's all. Just everything will be taken care of by the private hospital. That is the level of service we have reached in India. Government hospitals are lacking a lot. But today I was only talking about medical education. So the kind of doctors we are producing, their skill sets need to be honed right at the beginning. It's very different to work in a rural area. It's very different. The atmosphere, the working culture, style is very different. The way we work in a government hospital, the way we work in a 50-bedded nursing home or maternity home, it's very different. The way we work in tertiary hospitals, in government sector or private sector. Working in AIMS is very different from the way we work in Apollo, Fortis or Escorts or Max. Now coming to midday meal. In India, midday meal program is a program that is run in most of the government schools, where food is given by the government school to the students, and most of the time it is prepared by the ayah of the school. It is either dalia or khichdi or some sort of made right at that time and served very hot to the students. This is in books. But my dear countrymen, we read in newspapers so many accidents regard to midday meal. Many times midday meal is served to the students where either some sort of lizard or some sort of cockroach or something is there, and many times the students have fallen sick and even died. I don't want to. There were recent cases in Bihar, Delhi, so many. Every month or every once in 2 months you will hear such case. Not a big deal if you are watching regularly TV or reading newspapers. What I'm trying to say is, nobody in this world can take care of a child like the way any mother or father take care of their children. Government cannot take care of the children, man. Be it democratic India or any country. So let the children be cared by their parents only, man. Don't try to take the seat of a mother or a father unless until that child is orphan and not been adopted by the relatives. A child can only be cared by the mother or the father. So the message is, in schools, forget preparing food, hot food, dalia or khichdi. Even if you want to give them small biscuit packets, man. Nowadays we have biscuits which are fortified with nutrition. They are properly packed. They are from very good company. Only standard companies biscuit should be delivered in schools. They are packed, and in any case it goes wrong, you can hold the company responsible for that, provided it is delivered in a packed condition and it's not expired. So message is, midday meal should not be prepared in schools. Instead, even if you want to give biscuits, that's all. I'm talking about the institution of marriage. No, when I talk about marriage, there are certain aspects to that. In India, many big fat wedding. If you are in Delhi and metro cities, put on YouTube, put big fat wedding, and you'll find so many politicians, big businessmen having marriages, pandals, functions, spending crores of rupees, man. Has anybody from the income tax department ever seen or made some law that anybody conducting wedding in banquet halls, or even if a ground, because if you have to, in Delhi, if you have to conduct a marriage in a ground, you have to take the permission from DDA. Before conducting a marriage, they should submit the PAN card. Man. Income tax department, if they have the intention, can easily catch hold of them. Man. Big fat weddings spend crores of rupees. Now coming to the other aspect of marriage, divorce rates are increasing at a very fast rate, man. Even many educated professionals from all strata of society, rich or poor, are entangled in that. And boys and girls, they lose a lot of their youth fighting cases in courts. There should be family courts, lot of family courts, and that should be decided within a span of 6 months to 1 year maximum, whether the couples can live together again or not. If not, divorce. But every effort should be made by the family courts within 1 year. If within 1 year a family court cannot patch up the couples, that means it is impossible for them to live. Then separation should be easy, man. A lot of alimony problems, lot of things what have been given in dowry, bullshit, man. Very bad. More than the cause of separation, it is the money aspect that is involved in the divorces nowadays. Government can can do something. Politicians do not want to get entangled because we have so many religions in India. Hindu Marriage Act. Nowadays even Sikhs are saying for them to have a separate marriage law. Muslims marriages are different. In Muslims, religious leaders are very active, but so is not the case in Hindus. Government should take some initiative. Dowry should be banned altogether. Instead, right at the time of marriage, I propose. Nowadays we have bonds, financial bonds, inflation index bonds, so many bonds, government bonds. Right at the time of marriage, no dowry, number one. Number two, whatever the girl parents are thinking of giving to their daughter as part of their wish that they want to impart with some money, let them invest in bonds. Say if they want to give 10 lakhs, invest 10 lakhs in the bond. Every month that girl who is married should in the name of the girl only, not the boy, so that in time of separation there is no problem. And that girl should monthly get a sort of a dividend from that bond till she is there in this world. And during that part, in 3 times in her lifetime, she should be allowed to get the lump sum, say 20% of the lump sum that is present in the bond, 20% at the time of delivery of a child, 20% at the time when a child is about to enter a college, 20% at the time of the marriage. So by the time she is at the end of her life, at least 40% is still there with her, and whatever dividend she is getting, she can always reinvest, but that's up to her. So 3 times in her lifetime she should be allowed to get the lump sum out of that bond. Similarly, even the boy should be asked at the time of marriage to invest in a bond, and running of the house should be the equal responsibility of the girl and the boy, man. Why the male part only should be responsible for running the house when the girls are working nowadays? Well, there are so many aspects to that. Let's not delve into that. I was only dealing with the economy part. I feel concerned that not many young boys and girls lose much of their youth and time wasting in courts, their productive time in courts, and by the time they finish their divorce part, they lose 3 to 5 years down the line, losing much of their productive life, and after that, losing that much time and money, they lose the momentum of life. They lose the enthusiasm in life, and that's affect the productivity. That was my concern. Let the sociologist decide, the elders in the society decide about the institution of marriage in the country. The institution of marriage is deteriorating in a country, man. Talking about manufacturing industry, as I have said in my earlier videos, after services now, the government of India should consider manufacturing industries that will create a lot of jobs. I made many other videos with respect to jobs and manufacturing industry. You can watch that. And coming to media, now since elections are approaching, media has a lot of responsibility, man. Please behave responsibly. Media should behave responsibly, man. With respect to media also, there are some of my videos available. Please refer that if you want to watch in detail. Well, that's all, friends. Our country has to improve a lot, and to improve, to be productive, to have a lot of growth, we need to look at the various aspects of life in India. Marriage is one of them. Health is very important. And that's all, man.